some hate it. They won't like my opinion. They say it's overrated. And choose 1 through 10, or it's A to Z. You good on any list, long as it come from me. This is a disclaimer and not a guarantee. My highly rated opinion make perfect sense to me. It's the perfect sense. The perfect sense. My highly rated opinion make perfect sense to me.
Welcome back. Here on Perfect Sense, partner with Billion Brothers, brought to you on Frisbee TV. Everybody knows I'm your host, Antwan, and if you don't know, it's your first time here, so I want all of you guys to like, comment, and subscribe to my content so that, we can just have a good time and build our community. So, previously, we talked about my hobbies. I always bring things that I love to the table. I did a fall fragrance guide, and some of the things that are on that fall fragrance guide, I absolutely love. I have a lot of favorites. If you hear me say one of my favorites, believe me, it's one of my favorites. But now I'm going to actually bring you these fragrances, and these are going to be my winter fragrances. I believe that these will go best in the wintertime when that cold air is cutting, when it is freezing outside. This is something that's going to shine through, and I'll be honest with you, most of these fragrances are gourmand. So I believe that the holiday time at the end of the year when it's cold out is all about gourmand. It's going to be gourmand, excuse me. So in a lot of these fragrances, you're going to see that there's a nuance between vanilla and cinnamon, which to me, that's holiday time. That is holiday time. You can walk into the house Thanksgiving time and smell that pie. You can smell them sweet potatoes, them yams. You can smell all of that food and that conglomerate, that, in the words of one of my favorite influencers, amalgamation of smells. It smells so good, it reminds you of something. So it brings up a lot of nostalgia. So if you want to cut through some of that and you want to cut through this cold air, you're going to put on fragrances that I think some of them are beast mode. So when I say beast mode, I mean the longevity, the linearness between the fragrance and the notes of the fragrance actually stand out, and they're very, very prominent. I'm not going to waste a lot of your time. We're going to get right into it, and I'm going to say my number one right here. We're going to go from 1 to 10, and they're not ranked in any particular order, just in the orders that I want to present them to you. So this right here is Amir Fire Your Desire. Okay? This is supposed to be a clone of Angel Share. So this fragrance to me is very sweet, very sweet. It's rummy. So this fragrance right here smells like a good drink, but it also smells like it has, I want to say, some kind of spice in it. It's not a real harsh spice. Maybe a little bit of cinnamon, maybe nutmeg to me. That's what I'm getting. It's beautiful. It's very, very faint, but you get more of the rumminess. And I think it actually has a cognac note in this, and it smells wonderful. It smells like something you would pour in your favorite eggnog during the holiday time. Something that you would sip on during your holiday time. Something sweet and soft, very, very, very sensual. I think that this is a great rendition. I'm gonna say rendition. I'm not gonna use the word clone. I'm gonna say rendition. This is paying homage to Angel Share, even though they're not making any money off of it. But I think they did a great job. And I believe this is Paris Corner. I believe they did a great job in cloning that fragrance, but also making it a little different enough that it has its own kind of ID. So that's Amir Fire Your Desire. So we're gonna sit that one over there. So let's talk a little bit about prepping for your fragrance while I grab this next one. So prepping for your fragrance to me, just make sure that during this holiday season, you don't go outside dry. After your shower, make sure you moisturize and you give your body a little bit of time to adjust its temperature, and then you spray away. Do your thing. So the next fragrance that I have, this is actually a Mancera. This is a niche fragrance. The last fragrance was niche also. Just because they focus on fragrance alone. But this is a niche fragrance. This is a Mancera, and this is going to be black vanilla. So in this fragrance, the vanilla is very, very prominent. It is sweet, but I think maybe it's a little bit of black currant with vanilla. I don't know. I didn't really look at the notes, but I'm gonna spray this one. Whew, man, that smells amazing. It got right into my nose too. That olfactory is gonna be live in a minute. This is sweet. This is actually beautiful. It's on the borderline of opulent to me, but it's, oh man, it smells like it has a little bit of florals, a little bit of candiedness, that sweet vanilla tone. This smells like cookies. I'm serious. If you want to smell like cookies, this is it. And I mean, there's a lot of vanilla on this table, but this smells like cookies, but cookies maybe made in the bakery that's next to, I don't know, a flower shop. So that's what I'm gonna say. This smells like you're walking into a bakery with fresh cut flowers, something like that. But it smells good, and it has a sexy undertone. And I'm saying maybe it's a little bit of black currant in this thing, but this thing is beautiful. The presentation is gorgeous. I love Mancera. I have about 25 of their fragrances, and maybe one day I'll do a Mancera video. So that's black vanilla. So the next one that I'm gonna bring to your attention, I'm gonna spray that one also. And if you can see the difference between this presentation, it's a Mancera, the same as the last one. This Mancera has the new atomizer and has a magnetic cap, okay? Now, as far as picking it up by the cap, I wouldn't do it because these bottles are really, really heavy. I mean, I just did it, but don't do it. Don't do it. So this cap, you can just pull off. This cap has a twist cap. So most of the OG bottles have this atomizer, you know, and this type style cap. So a lot of their prestigious ones have this style cap. I know Red Tobacco has this style cap, and a few of the other ones that I have like this. So we're gonna sit that to the side. We're gonna talk about this one. This one's vanilla exclusive. Look at that atomizer. Whew, that's beautiful. So this to me is a less sweet take on vanilla. This is a little more airy, maybe some ambroxan, maybe some amber in this fragrance, but the dry down is where you get that vanilla, and it's not a candied vanilla like the last one. So this one smells more like an extract, like you can add it to your foods or whatever, but the other one smelled like a done product, and this one smells like a pure product, you know, just not as sweet. So this one is more, I'm gonna say elegant. This one has a little more elegance to it. This one has a little more sexiness and sweetness. This one has a little more elegance to it. So if you wanna smell gourmand, but you wanna smell elegant and not as sweet, you don't really like a bunch of sweet, then this is perfect for you. So this one is vanilla exclusive. I gotta love the magnetic caps, man. So we're gonna roll right into this next one. This one is special. This one is special. This is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. So when I pulled these out, my production guy actually came over and he smelled this one especially. He told me he likes these three, but this one right here, and the look on his face, I could tell he agrees with me. This one is the real deal. This one right here will get you 8 up, all right? It'll get you 8 up. You're gonna smell like the bakery. You're gonna smell like extract. You're gonna smell like sugar cookies. You're gonna smell like everything good about the holiday season. Wintertime, this is a perfect fragrance. I'll spray it for you. Man, that vanilla, and it has a sexy nuance and there's some spices in here, but that vanilla is prominent and it stays on you all day. This is a beast mode fragrance. This thing was hard to come by in the beginning. They got a lot of bottles of them out now. I mean, you pretty much can find them on the websites now, but it was hard to get this one at first because it kept selling out and I couldn't locate it. So I also have the other Mercedes-Benz fragrances that look like this. You have the Mercedes-Benz Extreme, which kind of smells like a Mugler cologne. But this one right here is great for the holidays. It's very gourmand. And you can actually get this fragrance at a cheap price, maybe $40, $50 at the most. I wouldn't really go above that. I think you can get it for like $38. But this is a slept on fragrance. I know Mercedes-Benz makes cars, so that'll make this a designer brand. This is not a niche brand, But I concur that, to me, this smells like it could have been on a borderline of niche quality. So this is the upper echelon of the designer brand, in my opinion. So we're gonna go, and I have a lot of affordable ones here today. I didn't really want to go full niche on these fragrances, but this right here is Fragrance World's After Effect. Fragrance World's After Effect, and this is a rendition / inspired by, I'll say clone of Initio's Side Effect. So this to me has spices, but the prominent player in this thing is cinnamon. Cinnamon is so prominent in this thing. Atomizer's okay. Oh man, that's wonderful. It definitely has a little bit of oud, but it's a wearable oud in the background. So maybe some Gaiac wood or some oud in it, but it is so smooth. It's very, very creamy, and it is cinnamon prominent. So this right here wears definitely like a sexy gourmand fragrance, and this will cut through that night air. This will actually carry. So what I mean is this fragrance is linear, it's going to pop. You're gonna have a scent bubble around you. I know the studio is gonna smell like me when I leave, especially because I'm spraying everything. But at least everything has a spice in it. Maybe it might smell like Thanksgiving or smell like Christmas, but guess what? Somebody gonna smell me. And this right here, I wanna say that this is a close rendition. The quality you get from this for the price that you pay, you cannot beat it. So this is After Effect from Fragrance World. This is a clone rendition inspired by Initio's Side Effect. I absolutely love this one. This is very, very wearable. So I'm gonna put that one up. I know you see it. I know you see this. A lot of people talk about this fragrance. This fragrance right here. This fragrance, I actually had a hard time tracking this down a couple years back, because I heard about this fragrance, and you can get it in the rack stores. Like I said, if there's anything that we can find, if there's a link at the bottom of the video, you can buy these fragrances. The more you click, the more it helps us. The more you buy, the more you support. But what I'm gonna say is, this is Burberry London, and I bought this bottle because this bottle smells like Christmas to me. I don't know what it's gonna smell like to you, but it smells like Christmas to me. I'll spray it for you. Atomizer's okay. Oh man. This thing smells like sexy woods and pine. That's what it smells like to me. Oh my goodness. Sexy woods and pine. So the spices in this thing, man, they're very, very real. They're very, very prominent, but they're blended together well and smooth. So you're gonna smell sexy, but you're also gonna smell like that fresh pine tree. It is not real piney like the original Polo Green is. Polo Green is a very piney fragrance. This is not that piney. The pine plays the background, but you just get a hint of pine. It's almost as if you are in your living room, you're wearing a sexy cologne, and you're putting up the Christmas tree. So that's what this smells like. It smells like you're putting up a fresh Christmas tree. This is great for the holiday time. You will not be disappointed. Now, I can say that longevity lacks a little. I think this lasted on me maybe 4 or 5 hours. I'm gonna give it another try because I had a chance to macerate. But all in all, it's a very good fragrance, and I think I only got it for like 40 bucks. So this right here is a copy, rendition / clone, inspired by, whatever you want to call it, of Parfums de Marly. They call it Wajan or Ojan. Now I have Ojan, okay? Wajan, whatever you want to call it. My first experience with Ojan, I got a sample from Fragrance Buy. When I bought my colognes, the sample came right in the box. I couldn't believe it. I didn't have it in my collection. I sprayed it, and OMG. It was one of the best fragrances I had ever smelled. Everybody described this thing as hot apple pie. I get that, but I get something a little different from it, okay? When I sprayed it on, I didn't just get hot apple pie. I got apple pie a la mode. It smelled like vanilla bean ice cream on top of a hot, steaming apple pie. It was delicious. It was delicious. And so what I decided to do, I decided to go ahead and get me a bottle. Now, them bottles are very, very expensive. They sell out quick, and do not trust sellers on eBay. That's just my thought. You can do your research, you take a shot in the dark, you take a gamble, but don't trust a lot of sellers on eBay. Actually do your research with these online discounters, and you can get bottles. I'll tell you in a few minutes what discounters I work with, or discounters that I actually, purchase from and that I trust, and have always been 100% legit. Customer service is very, very good. But this right here, so that I don't overspray my $300 bottle of Wajan, I bought this because I looked at a reviewer and it came across my screen, and he said that this was a 1-to-1 clone of Wajan. Now, I bought this. This is Fragrance World's Legion. This is an eau de parfum, and this is a rendition of Wajan. And man, when I tell you, they nailed it. Nailed it. I got this for 48, maybe 48, almost 50 bucks. This, to me, if it's not 100%, it's 99.9. This thing, the only thing that this thing lacks is the power. See, Wajan is very, very powerful. So I'll give you a synopsis of what I mean. You spray Wajan on, it pops. That scent bubble is exuding off of you. You spray this on, the scent bubble is exuding the same way, but then this dials back just a little bit after like 10 minutes. The Wajan is still going, the original Wajan is still going really, really strong. So it has just a smaller scent bubble, but you get the same effect. Now, after probably about 20 to 25 minutes, I went back to smell both. I could not tell the difference. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how they put that good of quality into these fragrances and don't sell them for higher prices, but I'm not gonna complain. I like to review things and I'm highly opinionated. Buying this and buying the original would not be redundant. It will be to your benefit to actually get into some of these clones of the fragrances, because guess what? When you don't want to take your $300-400 bottle out of the house, you can just spray this on and you'll get the same effect. It'll be a halftime spray for you. You start with that one and you finish with this one. But this is good quality. I'm not gonna bring you a clone that is not of good quality. And if it ain't a good quality and I bring it to you, I'm gonna tell you, because I'm honest like that. This is good. So I'm gonna spray it. Beautiful atomizer. Oh my goodness. Just take my money. Just take it. You can have it. Where's my wallet? You can have it. Anyway, the next thing I want to talk about right here, I know you guys see this right here. This is something that I ran into. So for the holiday season, this is a peppermint vanilla swirl lotion. It's a moisturizer. So for like a hand moisturizer, it has herbs in it, so it's it has hemp oil and everything. But I want to tell you right now that when I opened this up in the store and I smelled it, it smelled like a straight peppermint. So for those who want to moisturize themselves for the holidays, but you also want to smell good, this smells like a peppermint, not spearmint, not just right. It smells like a peppermint. You're gonna walk around and you're gonna smell like a candy cane from off of a tree. So if you want to add a little something to, jazz things up a little bit, and you're all about the holiday season, I recommend this lotion. And it's got the little bells on it, and it's kind of cute. Good for stocking stuffer or something like that. But this will be a good attribute, especially if you're gonna wear something, women like Bath and Body Works that, it's kind of nuanced of the holiday time. So I recommend this. This is Hemp's Peppermint Vanilla Swirl Moisturizer. And then the next thing we're gonna get into, we're gonna talk about is where I get my clones. This is a brand that I newly came into. This is Sensual Obsessions. So fragrance is a hobby of mine. It's my number one hobby besides being a family man, a dad, and a husband. It's the number one hobby of mine. And I patronize small businesses. The same way I'm gonna patronize the larger businesses, I'm gonna patronize the niche, the designers, all of that. I also wanna patronize small businesses. And this business right here, Sensual Obsessions, was brought to my attention as I was looking at other content creators' videos. And I decided to go ahead and give them a gander, a look, and see what they had to offer. So I wanna bring to your attention their sample packs. So they actually have a sampler, and this is the presentation on the sampler. You get 6 vials. These are 5 ml sample vials, and you get 6 of them. And when I tell you 5 ml is enough to get at least 2 wearings out of, unless you're just a spray hog. But 5 ml is enough. This sampler pack is $40 on their website. And they have some good things. Now, I'm not gonna say that all of their renditions of these fragrances are 100%, but they're very close. So I went with, this is how the pack looks. So you get your bottles out, and this is the size of the bottles. So I have several of these, okay? I have several of these. I mean, I have 6 of them here. I have 2 more here. I have 2 more here. So this is a great way to actually set yourself up before you go and spend a ton of money. If you don't like doing the clone thing like this is a good way to set yourself up to know if you're gonna like a fragrance. So this sample pack was only $40. There's 6 opportunities to either decline or to accept the way that the fragrance is going. So I've gotten a lot of good compliments from the fragrances that I wore in this sample pack. So much so that I went on and bought me some. So I'll let you check out the presentation of one of these. So it's pretty. He has bottles like this. And when I tell you that these things are on the money. So the ones that I picked up on the money, they worked for me. There was 1 or 2 that I didn't quite get along with, but they're growing on me. And that's just like any fragrance, they'll grow on you. So I'm also gonna tell you where I shop for my fragrances. So you can shop for fragrances on fragrancebuy.ca, Perfume Online, and then you can also shop for fragrances at FragranceNet, which is not as discounted as the first 2. You can also shop on maxaroma.com. You gotta look out for when they have their fragrance sales. And then you can also go over to Joma Shop. Joma Shop is really good. I like Joma Shop. They have so many things. People like to tend to question Joma Shop, but it's only because in their delivery service, sometimes they'll sell a bottle that they don't have in their stock yet. And it takes 1 to 2 weeks to come out, and things get a little funky with people's bank accounts because then they put the money back and the money comes out and they put the money back. So, things like that. So just save yourself the headache and wait for it to come in stock. And if you miss it, then you miss it. It is what it is. You'll get it on the next one. But what I would recommend for you to do is to actually give Sensual Obsessions a try. This is not a sponsored video. It's not sponsored. It's just something from me to you. It's a little bit of information that I want to give and let you know that this is an opportunity here. You support a small business and you educate yourself on what you would like, what area the fragrance is going in, and whether it's something that you're going to be interested in. So you can look at them, just look up Sensual Obsessions and you'll find them online. If anything here you've seen that you like I said, these are winter fragrances to me. If there's anything that you see that you like, oh, and I forgot to mention, they also have some discontinued fragrances. They also have some renditions of discontinued fragrances. Carlos Santana being one of them. I like the original Carlos Santana. I bought that bottle years ago and it disappeared off the face of the earth. It never did a full launch. Everything was in a tester bottle. Everything was testers. And then all of a sudden, when they shut it down, they came out with the regular bottles. Well, them bottles are, they're just they're everywhere. They're astronomical in price. But I'm just gonna go ahead and say that, I seen the opportunity there, so this is from me to you. Thank you for tuning in again. Right here on Frisbee TV, this is Perfect Sense. I'm your host, Antwan. Come back, like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share. Be blessed, less stress, and let God do the rest.
Sound of this beat is so profound to me. It's so soulfully sold, so undoubtedly. He gave me the shoulders to put the world on him. Yeah, my kids on this rock, man, so I can hold them. God gave me these eyes so I can see the vision. Equip me with all the right tools so I can win it. Keep fasting and praying. Now that's the key. Put your feet in the sand and take a walk with me. Highly blessed and highly favored, and some are hated. They won't like my opinion. They say it's overrated. And choose 1 through 10, or it's A to Z. You good on any list, long as it come from me. This is a disclaimer and not a guarantee. My highly rated opinion make perfect sense to me. It's the perfect sense, the perfect sense. My highly rated opinion make perfect sense to me.